I'm ready. What up? Let's get to it. So, pretty much, long story short, Josh Metellus is demanding respect, wants more respect allegedly, but some other news as well involving Josh Metellus, right? Now, we all know Josh Metellus had a breakout season last season, dog, phenomenal season. Did a great job. I think he solidified himself. Is definitely one of the I know they say he's not top 10, but definitely one of the top 10 safeties, in my opinion, dog, in the NFL, period. I mean, we can go across the board to who could you compare him to, put him over in the top 10. Going in. We know the vibes, we know the facts about Josh Metellus, dog. He is a top 10 safety. I'll get to that later, though. You hear me? But you line him up, you talk about the improvements he made, and he's one of those guys who kind of broke out late, right? What was last season? His third season, right? I believe his third season, right? So he had like a breakout year, dog. So he kind of maybe developed slower, but when he came with it, dog. He was ready to play. He was ready to play. You hear me? And he displayed that, put that on display all season, dog. All season. You hear me? Now he has things to work on, of course, coverage skills, definitely become better at communicating. I say coverage, his coverage skills and communicating. But even then, he's a great player, dog. And I think this year coming up, this season, he will build upon his performance, the performance he put on last season, dog. Yeah. You hear me? And I think he will be a Pro Bowler, dog. He will get those Pro Bowl votes. You hear me? And I'm sure this is what this article is about. And of course, he should feel disrespected. You know what I'm saying? But it's on him to earn it, gain that respect, put the work in. Hopefully, he's been putting the work in. You know what I'm saying? Some rumors are he will be in the box more this year, dog. Be in the box, linebacker type, still a safety, but he's Mr. Versatile. He can do it all. So I think he's trying to put some more weight on, which is a smart move. Yeah. So Josh Metellus, man, definitely could be a special season for him, dog. Special season for him. And not only will that benefit him personally, but it will benefit the Vikings defense as a whole. You hear me? I mean, because think about it. Josh Metellus plays well. That will permeate through the defense. That will elevate everyone. Man sharpen man, iron sharpen iron. At least that's how it should be. You hear me? But yeah, him performing well, that will catapult the defense into a different direction, homie. And we seen what Brian Flores did with all these guys last season, dog. Now he has a much more improved defense, more weapons, more speed, edge rushers, you hear me? His pass rush should get there. Jonathan Grenard, Turner, Van Ginkel, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on, huh? And like we all know, the edge rushing positions are not the main concern for the Vikings defense. You hear me? We're talking about that interior, them trenches, huh? So we know what's up, dog. Especially if you're a true fan, you want to see them boys win for real. You know what's up, dog. You hear me? But Josh Metellus is demanding respect allegedly. Let's just check it out, man. The 2023 Vikings finished with a disappointing 7-10 record, but the season still features some exciting storylines. Joshua Dobbs and his short-lived heroics were just as fun to watch as Ivan Pace's emergence as a three-down linebacker. Shout out Ivan Pace Jr. Shout out Aiden Zero, you hear me? Shout out to him, his journey, dog, the work he put in, the effort he's been putting in. I wish him the best, dog. Eat heavy, dog. Eat heavy, dog. Undrafted UDFA. You know what I'm saying? Against all odds, homie. You hear me? I mean, against all odds, dog. He shook it up, dog. He came in, took over, man. We got to keep putting that work in, of course, but I'm sure he will, homie. He has a lot to prove, dog. A lot to prove. You hear me? Heavy, man. Jordan Addison didn't take long to establish himself as a solid wingman for Justin Jefferson. Another fascinating element was Brian Flores and his exotic defensive scheme. Exotic? Yeah, man. Yeah, good word for it because you never know with Brian Flores. And it's going to be more exotic, more dangerous this season because he has more weapons, he has more skill. How many times did we say it, dog? Oh, if Brian Flores had this, if Brian Flores had that, just give him one elite cornerback. You hear me? Just give him one shutdown cornerback, dog. Just give him one weapon up front on them trenches. You hear me? Somebody who can really play their position and play it well. You dig me? You hear me? You get my drift? Give him one elite linebacker, dog. And the way he turned that defense around, had them believing, had them playing. You know, the season they kind of fell off, but belief was lost, confidence was gone, shot. We see it clear, homie. You hear me? But the way they played, man, the way they bounced back from that Eagles disappointment, that game, them boys fought hard, man. A lot of games were left on the table. A lot of games were left on the table, dog, because of the offense, because of the inconsistency of the offense. You hear me? KOC's play calling, piss poor at times. Decision makings, turnovers, wide receivers not getting open, can never score in the second half. We know what's up. We know the vibes. You hear me? Heavy, dog. Point blank, period, man. Let's be real here, dog. So think about Brian Flores this season, the addition of guys like Van Ginkel, Jonathan Gannard, Dallas Turner. Man, let's get it. Shaq Griffin. Second year in, now you're going to have real chemistry, know the playbook like the back of their hands. You hear me? They have weapons, solidified weapons, dog. You're lacking in some areas, but every team is lacking in certain areas. You hear me? It's about how do you adapt, how do you make up for it, and maximize your players' potential, homie, on the field, off the field, etc. Dog. You know what I'm saying? So, matter of fact, I may have to do another live breaking the schedule down, dog. Because now that I think about it, I'll get to that later, dog. But let's get to it, man. You hear me? Let's finish it up, man. Shout out Flores, dog. Heavy, homie. His unorthodox game plans helped gentlemen star in 2023. Josh Metellus. Facts, dog. Oh, the quitter sent blitzes and three-man rushes at a historical rate. Facts. His unorthodox game plans helped one gentleman star in 2023. Josh Metellus. Shout out Josh Metellus, dog. Heavy. Point blank, period. I mean, shout out Josh Metellus, man. You know what I'm saying? Heavy, dog. Shout out Metellus, man. And also, when you talk about Metellus, it's like you got to have the utmost respect for Metellus, right? Hands down, man down, dog. You know, the journey has been on, the battles, you know what I'm saying? Not getting no PT, strictly being a special teamer, then all of a sudden, boom, bam, not giving up, never folding, continuing to put the work in. You know, he's a superstar or on his way to being a superstar, dog. You hear me? If he stays focused, which I know he will, heavy, keeps his mental strong, dog. He seemingly has a strong support system around him. You hear him? So he's on his way, dog. He's on his way. Shout out Josh Metellus. And like I say, man, breakout seasons, you never know when it can happen. Third year, fourth year, even. You hear him? Heavy, dog. Period, dog. So when I say you have to wait and see how these guys look in training camp, team practice, who's developed, who's more developed, you know, who really put the work in and separated themselves, huh? Separated themselves from the pack. You hear me? Which UDFAs are ready to play and can play and contribute at a high level, huh? Who's the Ivan Pace? Who's the Ivan Pace? You hear him? So that's why I don't like doing the whole schedule breakdown thing, because you don't know until the final roster, dog. Fun practice, though. Fun practice, huh? Let's get back to it, man. Shout out Metellus, 44 in the building, man. The safety had been a good backup and a special teams ace before Flores arrived. Facts. But his role exploded with the coach in the building. His idea of putting his best players on the field, regardless of positions, allowed Metellus to play next to fellow safeties Harrison Smith and Cam Bynum. May the best man be on the field. May the best man be on the field. You hear me? His versatile role on defense drew some attention, but apparently not nearly enough. ESPN released its annual safety rankings, and Metellus was not included in the top 10, which might be reasonable. However, he wasn't an honorable mention nor listed as others received votes. That's crazy though, man. You ask me, that's crazy, dog. And he had the way he broke out, popped onto the scene. You hear me? The skill set, you hear me? And he's not a top 10 safety, dog. I say kill that noise, cap. You hear me? Matter of fact, kill that noise, cap. You hear me? Point blank, period, huh? Heavy, you hear me? Matter of fact, I'm gonna take a look at the top 10 safeties. Matter of fact, I want to see these top 10 safeties, homie. You hear me? Give me a minute, man. Give me a minute, huh? I want to see these top 10 safeties. You hear me? I want to see these top 10 safeties, man. My bad, man. I'll do that later, man. Let's get it, man. This is ridiculous here, man. But look at that, man. But yeah, man, top 10 safeties. You telling me Metellus is not on that list? That's cap, dog. That's cap. That's disrespect. But like I say, he demands respect, and I'm glad he demands respect. Now will he go get it, homie? That's crazy though, right there, homie. Period. Bottom line. You hear me? That's wow. Let's keep it going though, man. However, he wasn't an honorable mention nor listed as others received votes. ESPN named 26 safeties, but Metellus was not among them. Wow, dog. Go get your respect, Metellus. Go get your respect, dog. Go get your respect, dog. So top 7, Buccaneers Antoine Winfield Jr., Kyle Hamilton, Falcon Jesse Bates, Minka Fitzpatrick, Javon Holland, Buda Baker, Chargers Derwin James, number 7. Are they going by stats, eye test, or PFF? I really wonder, are they going by stats, eye test, or PFF? You hear me? We got to let that be known and really break that down as well. Like most of these people, are they just looking at stats, at the PFF grades, at the numbers? Huh? Do they even watch the games? Huh? Do they even know football? This is all you have to ask, things you have to ask. You hear me? Real questions. We talk about top 10 safeties, bro. Because if you really compare, tell us to, let's just say Antoine Winfield Jr. Is it a battle about who you're taking? I mean, I must know. Dog. I mean, of course, you give the coverage skills edge to Antoine Winfield Jr. You know what I'm saying? He's better in coverage than Metellus, but Metellus is going to continue to grow and get better. That was one breakout year. He's going to improve. Now you want to talk about versatile? Is Antoine Winfield Jr. more versatile than Josh Metellus? It's a big question. Is he more versatile? Can he do more? Huh? Yeah, he may be slightly better in coverage ability. What about tackling? What about playing at the line, blitzing the quarterback? You hear me? Zone coverage, man coverage. You hear me? Hey, duh. Being physical, making plays, being able to line up as a linebacker. Can Winfield really do that? No. Respect to Winfield. His pops was a Vikings legend, Viking star. You hear him play with hard determination. He's on a so-called smaller side as far as the safety size attributes, physical traits. He plays with heart. He plays with determination. You hear me? Same as Metellus, Josh Metellus, dog. But are you telling me you're taking him over Josh Metellus in every area? And if we really break it down, short field, long field, closing the gaps, like I say, being a true weapon, a versatile weapon. Can any other safety on this list do that? Even the top 7, I don't even got to get into the top 10 year. They say Metellus not the top 26. Well, let's just compare him to the top 10. 7 right here, dog. 7 year. Kyle Hamilton, solid safety, right on his way up as well. Josh Metellus more experience. You hear me? You put Josh Metellus on the Ravens. What do we have? Who do we have, dog? Huh? That's what you got to ask yourself. You put Josh Metellus on the Ravens. Think about it, homie. Put him on that defense. You talk about breakout season for real. Talk about top 5, top 4 safety, maybe number 1 for real. You know, it's about scheme, situations, chemistry, schemes, though, dog. He fits Brian Flores' scheme very well. Now think about him in a Baltimore Ravens scheme, aggressive, fast scheme, where he fits in well. You hear me? With more talent around him. Talent helps talent. You hear me? Talent helps talent. Period. Bottom line. And you give him 2 big names up front for the Minnesota Vikings in the trenches. It's him the ability to run around free, make his moves, get to the ball, really worry about covering one man. You hear me? Oh, think about it, man. So let's be realistic. So I think, yes, he should be a top 10 safety, dog. Kyle Hamilton, you can argue, yeah, you can probably put him in the box as well as a linebacker. But at the end of the day, you know, can you really, though? Because he hasn't done it. Solid safety, going to be a great safety. Well, you know, the Vikings could have had him, you know. Seconds away from the Vikings drafting him rather than Louisina. It just shows you how the NFL is tricky. The draft is tricky, dog. You got to really zone in on these players, homie. You hear me? No one thought Josh Metellus would break out and have that season, you know. People knew okay. It seemed like it's time, huh? He's playing good when he gets in the game. He shows out on special teams. It's there. Like, everyone knew talent was there, homie. But for whatever reason, it wasn't developed correctly. He never got a chance to display it, whether it because of Zimmer, the old regime, kind of chill, weak shell, but he finally got a chance to put it on display. Like, we knew it was there. You hear me? Vikings fans, etc., knew it was there. You saw him flash enough on special teams to tell that. You hear me? But at the end of the day, bam, you got to be sure, homie. He got the chance, snap by snap, play by play. You saw it in him, dog. So Kyle Hamilton, and is Kyle Hamilton a great coverage safety? You know, fire them comments up if you know, dog. You hear me? Let's get it for real. You hear? Yeah, man, come on. Man.
Did we just get hustled? There's no way they were 70.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It's both an electric and a gas car.
Yep. Quite the paradox.
Bro, this is
Where
is it coming? You hear me? What up, bro?
So JJ's for lunch?
Electric for short trips, gas for long. It really is both.
Bro,
the Lexus RX plug-in hybrid.
That pisses me off right there, man. Bro, that pisses you off right there. But yeah, but back to it, man. You know. So yeah, Jesse Bates. Am I taking Metellus over Bates? Am I taking Josh Metellus over Bates, dog? Yeah. We talk about seeing what Metellus did. I know he came on the scene, but if we're being realistic, and also, how was Derwin James at number 7? You know, should he be ranked higher? Most people would say. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't watched all these guys play just every week, week in, week out. You know, you see them when they play the Vikings. You know, you see them here and there, highlights, primetime games. But at the end of the day, what I've seen from Metellus and what I've seen them play, Minka Fitzpatrick, yes, you know, he's, you know. But I take him over Metellus. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think he's better. He's slightly better. But Metellus is on his way up. Homie heavy. And I think he's going to put the work in to really get that respect. But none of these guys are that much better than Metellus by a landslide, homie. You hear me? Not in my opinion. Not from what I've seen from him last season, dog. And I think he really going to shock some people, dog. Shock the NFL with his performance this season. I really do believe that. And then after this, it won't be no question, dog. It won't be no question. He's top 10, top 5, whatever. Let's get him. Metellus eat him, dog. Period. Metellus appeared in all 17 contests, logging 1,065 defensive snaps, 94% of the possible defensive snaps. Has a crazy motor, conditioning, stamina, crazy. Not too many safeties can do that. You hear me? Not too many safeties can do that, dog. Be on the field 94% of the time. Period, point blank, period, dog. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of conditioning, homie. That's being in shape. You hear me? It's a lot of strain on the body, dog. You hear me? Heavy. Not too many safeties can do that. Bottom line, period. He added 194 on special teams, continuing to excel in that phase. He produced the first 2.5 sacks of his career, 116 tackles, and 1 interception. Metellus also forced 4 fumbles. Great season, baby. Great season, dog. You hear me? Elevation, dog. Given the opportunity, he ate. All of those numbers were excellent and put him on the radar, but it displays his value to some extent. The safety can line up all over the field. His resume shows snaps as a defensive lineman, linebacker, edge rusher, slot cornerback, and outside cornerback. Who? Versatile. You hear me, dog? Flores can be creative with his defense, partly because Metellus is such a versatile player. No cap. When a fan told him that the versatility is what makes him great, he didn't accept flowers. Why not, big dog? Let's see what's up. Well, to be fair, these guys are just safeties. You on a list of your own. F that, I need that. F that, I need my respect. Coming soon. I love this. I love this whole interaction. You hear me? Heavy, dog. I love this whole interaction right here. You hear me? Hands down, man down, dog. You talk about a great interaction, man. You got a fan right here saying, hey, we believe in you, dog. We believe in you. You got him saying, hey, F that, I need my respect. Put me in the top 10, top 5. But this fan broke it down as well. They're all just safeties. That's the big thing. They're all just safeties, dog. You're on a list of your own. And if we're being realistic, talking facts, he is on a list of his own, right? Period. Like, he is on a list of his own, dog. Point blank, period. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? If we're talking real fact, Josh Metellus is on a list of his own, homie. Not a lot of safeties can play in the box, be a linebacker, be a defensive lineman, you hear me? Be a cornerback, slot cornerback. Not too many doing that, really nobody doing it, you hear me? And like the good fan pointed out, they're just safeties. You're in a category of your own, homie. You can do it all, homie. So that's even taken for granted, dog. So he's definitely a top 10 safety, dog. Just what he brings you alone, the versatility, dog. Huh? Put him anywhere, and he knows what he's doing, you know. Some guys you can throw in certain areas, but they don't know what the hell they doing. Point blank, period. You hear? It's a difference, man. Big difference here. Still, his performance earned him the status as a Pro Bowl alternative, and he received an All-Pro vote. Oh, so he did receive a vote. Okay, one All-Pro vote after that great season. With Flores staying put this off season, yep, he will continue to be a prominent player on defense. There is the chance that he has slowly taken over some reps from Smith. Facts. The 35-year-old might benefit from some extra play off. Yeah, why would Smith shouldn't have a problem with it, dog, if he's about team? If you really want the best for the Vikings, what's the problem is? Regardless, the Vikings have one of the elite safety groups in the NFL. Woo! Respect, huh? Much respect. About time they give a little respect, but do they mean it? Or is it just for a story? You hear me? I guess this is a Vikings page. Bynum and Smith also didn't get any votes for ESPN's list. Wow. I understand Smith, but Bynum, not one vote. Wow. Which is quite surprising. Bynum's 2023 was a breakout season as he led the team in tackles. I love his tackling ability, dog. Smith is no longer in his prime, but he is still an effective player. Just last season, argument can be made that he single-handedly won the contest against the Carolina Panthers. Well, we talking Carolina, he flashed, but that was Carolina. Let's not get carried away with Carolina. You hear me? Let's not forget the team was the Carolina Panthers. You hear me? Period, bottom line, huh? Metellus, 26, is a team captain and remains under contract for 2 more seasons. Yes, let's get it, glad he's under that contract, baby. You hear me? Glad he's in the building for 2 more seasons. You hear me? But that's just Metellus, man. Shout out Josh Metellus, dog. So yeah, he demands respect. He deserves it. He's earned it. But now he like F it. He really gonna go take it coming soon. That's what I'm about. Chip on your shoulder. Chip on your shoulder, Metellus. Eat heavy, dog. Eat heavy. You hear me? Excuse me, point blank, period, man. Yeah, you got a lot that don't believe in you. A lot don't respect you. That's what come in Vikings territory, right? You hear me? SKOL territory, huh? So yeah, Metellus, a lot is expected of you, dog. Period. You are a captain, you know what I'm saying? C on your chest, dog. You hear me? And y'all need to come together and get Addison right. Make him zone in, homie, or try to help him to zone in. I understand some people don't listen, but I hope y'all giving full effort, dog. You hear me? If it's a real brotherhood, you hear me? Yeah, man. Real relationship, real family, real bond. That's what it's about, huh? Hey, man, fry them comments up. Feedback is much appreciated. Let me know how you feel about the video about Metellus, man. Is he ready? I think he's ready. Matter of fact, I know he's ready, dog. You hear me? Big SKOL head. SKOL Vikes forever. Win, lose, or draw, man. 1,000. Yeah.